Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing good. So in today's session, I will be discussing about the concept of financial services in India, and in this video, I will be discussing about the nature of the financial services, types of the financial services, regulatory framework, and the major problems faced by the financial services sector. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं without wasting any time. सो इंडियाज फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज सेक्टर एक ऐसा कॉर्नर स्टोन है इकोनॉमी का जो इनेबल करता है एफिशिएंट एलोकेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज, रिस्क मैनेजमेंट एंड द कैपिटल फॉर्मेशन. इट इंक्लूड्स वेरियस इंस्टीट्यूशंस, मार्केट्स, सर्विसेज जो केटर करते हैं टू द इंडिविजुअल्स, बिजनेसेस एंड द गवर्नमेंट. सो द नेचर ऑफ फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज इन इंडिया इज द फैसिलिटेटिव रोल. जो फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज हैं वो एक्ट करते हैं एज ए इंटरमीडियरीज, कनेक्ट करते हैं सेवर्स और इन्वेस्टर्स को और हेल्प करते हैं एफिशिएंटली फ्लो ऑफ कैपिटल इनटू द इकोनॉमी. सेकंड वन इज डायनामिक एंड इवॉल्विंग. Rapid advancements in technology like the fintech have transformed the traditional fintech services, making them more accessible and the user friendly. Third one is the customer centric. जो इंडस्ट्री है वो एम्फोसिस करती है पर्सनलाइज प्रोडक्ट और सर्विसेज के ऊपर जो केटर करते हैं टू द डाइवर्स नीड्स अक्रॉस द रूरल एंड द अर्बन पॉपुलेशंस. फोर्थ वन इज द रेगुलेटेड एनवायरनमेंट. Governments by the institutions like the Reserve Bank of India, the Securities and Exchange Board of India and the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India ये इंश्योर करते हैं स्टेबिलिटी और ट्रांसपेरेंसी को. फिफ्थ वन इज द इंक्लूसिव अप्रोच. जो फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज हैं वो फोकस करते हैं रीचिंग अंडर बैंक्ड एंड द अंडर सर्व्ड एरियाज थ्रू माइक्रो फाइनेंस, digital banking and the government schemes. So now we are going to read about the types of the financial services in India, in which we have is the banking services. Under the banking services, we have retail banking, which offers saving accounts, fixed deposits, personal loans, and the credit cards. Corporate banking, which offers loans, trade financing, and the cash management for the businesses. Rural banking, which offers the specialized schemes for the agricultural, rural development, and the financial inclusion. Second type is the insurance services, which offers life insurance, general insurance, and the reinsurance. Third one is the capital market services, which offer equity market, debt market, mutual funds. Fourth one is the investment services, which offer wealth management, hedge funds, private equity, and the venture capital. Fifth one is the digital and the fintech services, which offer digital payments, robo advisory, blockchain based services, in which we have is the cryptocurrency trading and decentralized finance. Sixth one is the non-banking financial services, which include the personal loans, vehicle financing, microfinance, and the housing finance. Key players are the Bajaj Finance, Shriram Transport, and the Muthoot Finance. Seventh one is the pension and the retirement services, in which we have is the National Pension Scheme. It is the government-backed retirement planning, employment provident fund, saving for the salaried employees, annuities, which are regular payouts post-retirement. Eighth one is the microfinance services, financial assistance to the low-income groups, particularly in the rural areas, and it focused on the small loans, savings, and insurance products. Ninth one is the foreign exchange and the trade finance, in which the services like the currency conversion, forex trading, and the export-import financing. Key providers are banks and the specialized trade finance institution. Tenth one is the risk management and the advisory services, which includes the credit rating, financial restructuring, and the risk assessment for the individuals and the businesses. 11th one is the green and the sustainable finance, in which the financial products aimed at promoting the environmentally friendly investments and the sustainability projects. So now we are going to read about the regulatory framework of financial services in India. So the regulatory framework of financial services in India इसको डिज़ाइन किया गया है to ensure the stability, transparency, and the fairness in the financial system. And it comprises a network of regulatory bodies and laws जो oversee करते हैं different aspect of the financial sector, including the banking, insurance, capital market, and the fintech. So the key regulatory bodies in India are Reserve Bank of India. जो रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया है वो एक्ट करता है एज सेंट्रल बैंक ऑफ इंडिया एंड रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी एंड द फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी. इट रेगुलेट्स एंड सुपरवाइजेस द बैंक, एनबीएफसीज एंड द पेमेंट सिस्टम. Key functions of the Reserve Bank of India are it licensing of the banks and the NBFCs, managing the inflation through monetary policy, overseeing the digital payment system like UPI and NEFT. So the key legislation are Reserve Bank of India Act 1934 and the Banking Regulation Act 1949. Second one is the Securities and Exchange Board of India. It regulates and develops the securities market and it protects the investors' interest, and it regulating the stock exchanges, mutual funds and the credit rating agencies, and SEBI monitors insider trading and the fraudulent activities. So the key legislation are Securities and Exchange Board of India Act 1992. Third one is the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. It regulates and promotes the insurance industry, licensing and monitoring the insurance companies, and it ensures the fair treatment of the policyholders. So key legislation is the Insurance Regulatory and the Development Authority Act 1999. Fourth one is the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. It regulates and oversees the pension funds in India. ये एडमिनिस्ट्रिंग करता है नेशनल पेंशन सिस्टम की और प्रमोट करता है रिटायरमेंट सेविंग अमंग द पब्लिक. की लेजिस्लेशन इज Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority Act 2013. Fifth one is the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. It regulates the corporate governance and the compliance. Key functions are it administering the Companies Act 2013 and it monitors the financial disclosures and the accounting standards. Sixth one is the Competition Commission of India. Role of Competition Commission of India is it ensures the fair competition in the financial sector. It monitors the anti-competitive practices and the mergers. And the key legislation is the Competition Act 2002. Seventh one is the National Housing Bank. It regulates the housing finance institutions. Key functions are it promoting the housing finance and the overseeing the housing loan providers. Key legislation is the National Housing Bank Act 1987. Eighth one is the Financial Intelligence Unit India. Role it prevents and monitors the money laundering and terrorist financing. Key legislation is the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002. These are the major problems which are faced by the Indian financial services sector, जैसे कि non-performing assets, banks, especially the public sector banks, ये काफ़ी struggle कर रहे हैं with the high NPAs और ये impact कर रहा है इनकी profitability पे और lending capabilities के ऊपर, और poor credit risk management और economic slowdowns have exacerbated this issue. Second one is the regulatory and the compliance burden. Frequent changes हो रहे हैं regulations के अंदर जो कि challenges को form कर रहे हैं for the financial institutions to stay compliant. Adhering to the stringent norms which increases the operational costs. Third one is the financial inclusion gap. Despite the significant efforts, अभी भी एक large portion है rural और underprivileged population का जो अभी भी exclude है from the formal financial services. Challenges जैसे कि lack of infrastructure, financial literacy and the cultural barriers. Fourth one is the cybersecurity threats. Rising the digital transactions which expose the financial institutions to the cyber risk जैसे कि data breaches and the fraud. अब जो काफ़ी सारी firms हैं जो अभी lack कर रही हैं in the robust cybersecurity frameworks to protect the sensitive data. Fifth one is the underdeveloped bond market. India's की जो corporate bond market है वो अभी shallow है as compared to the global standards, which limiting the long-term financing options, and it depends on the banks for the funding create systematic risks. Sixth one is the access to the capital for NBFCs. जैसे कि नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल कंपनीज हैं वो काफ़ी डिफिकल्टीज को फेस कर रही है in securing the affordable funding, especially after the major defaults like the infrastructure, leasing and the financial services crisis. और ये लिमिट कर रही है उनकी एबिलिटी को टू cater to the underserved segments. Seventh one is the low financial literacy. Lack of awareness or understanding of the financial products limits the sector growth. Mis-selling and the poor investment decisions are the common among the retail customers. Eighth one is the technological disruption. जबकि जो fintech innovations है वो reshape कर रही है sector को, traditional players often struggling to adapt to the technological changes. Balancing the innovation with the legacy system एक challenge बन चुका है. Ninth one is the corporate governance issues. Instances of mismanagement and the lack of transparency in the financial institutions have eroded trust. Weak governance leads to the inefficiencies and the unethical practices. Tenth one is the economical uncertainty. Global और domestic जो economic uncertainties आ रही हैं जैसे कि inflation, स्लो जीडीपी ग्रोथ एंड द जियोपॉलिटिकल टेंशंस ये अफेक्ट कर रही हैं फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर्स की स्टेबिलिटी को और उसकी ग्रोथ प्रोस्पेक्ट्स. I hope everyone cleared with the concept of financial services in India. If you like the content, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. We'll meet you soon in the next lecture, so stay tuned. Thank you.